Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Tournament of Champions hosted by Orlando Union. We are coming to you live from the venue over here. Not only we are celebrating this tournament, but this is our 25th anniversary of the club. Wherever you may be, hopefully if you are in Canada, UK, hopefully you're staying warm. If you're in East Africa, hopefully you're staying cool. But if you're in Orlando, the weather is amazing. We're here live at courtside. Before we start with our program, can we all please recite Surah Fatiha for all our marhumin? All the preparations, hype, talk, practice, prayers, the day is finally come, and we are ready to go. In addition to the men's tournament, we also have ladies tournament going on at the same time. So we are very excited to have both tournaments going on. In terms of men's tournament, we have 17 teams. And during the program, throughout these 3 days, we will be interviewing some players. We'll get an instant feedback and so on and so forth. We will have live stream going on all 4 of our courts. So you'll be able to see that too. I am delighted to be joined by 2 people who are integral part of organizing this tournament. So my far right is Saif Kermali. He's part of the organizing, part of the management as well. And to my right is the man himself, the chairman of Orlando Union, Imran Jamal. Gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and welcome.
Alaikum salam.
Let me start with you, Imran. First of all, congratulations are in order, not only organizing such a big tournament, but it is the 25th anniversary of our club. The club was formed in 1997. It's safe to assume you guys were not born, or if you were, you were toddlers.
Yeah, I was born in 1997, so. So, honestly, when we first decided to host this tournament, I'm going to be very honest, I did not expect there to be this much work because we'd never done it. You know, it's not something that we've been a part of. But I will say, as we went along, things got a lot easier for us because we have had a lot of support from our community. I mean, we have 40 sponsors, record-breaking amount of sponsors helping us out with all this. And also a huge thanks to all the volunteers because literally for the last 2 months, whenever we needed anything, we were able to pick up the phone. Someone was always willing to help us. So big thanks to all of them. But it's been a lot of work, but because of them, it's been easy.
That
Of course. Yes. It is. It really is. Big thanks to them.
As far as the preparations are concerned, how many nights, WhatsApp messages, discussions had?
Wow, there was many sleepless nights. Like adding on to Imran, we did not expect to be this much work in it. We were told from the back end, like, hey, just to let you know, when it comes closer, be ready. And we were like, shrugging it off. We'll take care of it. You know what I mean? Now that it's game time, like Imran said, we cannot thank the volunteers any much. You know what I mean? Like, they have put their hearts out. They put their sweat, everything. I mean, their time. So I think that's the biggest thing we want to kind of accomplish and kind of spread that message that, you know, volunteers is everything. Without them, we don't know where we'd be right now, to be very honest with you.
And that's what makes the tournament successful.
Okay. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. To chip in, yep.
We have 17 teams playing in this tournament. That's a very healthy number of teams.
It is. It is.
Yes, schedule-wise it can be a headache to
It's
schedule 17 teams.
for sure. Yeah. I mean, it definitely is. I mean, 17 teams, majority of the teams, they're all here. And a huge thanks to all the players, the guests for coming out because, like, it's amazing. Like, to see that 17, all these people came to our tournament, it's amazing to see. Definitely very gratifying.
I'd also like to add on, in regards to the players, many people got their flights canceled. Some players could not even come in because of, storm surges, blizzards, whatever it is. And for them to kind of find their way to get here, that truly means a lot. You know what I mean? That is a lot of effort to put in. That's a lot of money to put down. I'm sure it costs them an arm and a leg. It's not easy to do that. You know what I mean? So to be there for their team as well as to be part of the tournament, we honestly thank them so much for that.
We definitely, we're indebted to them to figure out a way to get here.
For sure.
All this,
Hiccups, mishaps, yeah, exactly, yeah. Correct, yeah.
run into issues, whatever it may be. Now it's go time, okay? Now it's time to execute. So you being one of those members or part of the organizing team that's not playing, do you think you can relax and just enjoy the next few days, or it'll be a lot of runaround?
No, I mean, it's expected that during tournament hiccups may arise. There's a lot of stuff we have to take care of. But because of all the preparation that we've had for the last few months and all the help we've had, I think things should run pretty smoothly. And plus, I know that if anything does arise during the tournament, we have so much help. Everyone's there. So I think I will be able to enjoy a little bit because I'm confident that I know we have the support behind us. So.
When you do this kind of tournaments, whether as an
You're right.
while some of you guys who are playing and organizing, you forget, that I have to play as well. Sometimes you don't get to enjoy the game.
And that's the thing, it's important to remember that, the game itself, volleyball, it's great, but these tournaments will make them so great do you know how many people are here that I haven't seen since the last tournament and before that, the tournament before that? This is such a great time for everyone to get together and, strengthen their bonds and everyone meets. And that's why it's just important to remember that that's really what it's like, it's all about. So.
There are so many people you probably haven't met. I just met earlier 2 people who told me the last time we met was 15 years ago at the tournament organized by our...
Oh my God.
Same venue, yep.
I didn't...
Yep.
We haven't seen each other since then. It's been 15 years. There are a lot of fans happening because of this tournament. It's very, very important.
So we decided to go with a full round robin. So all 17 players play against each other. Once that is done, we then eventually implemented a new system which is called the play-in. It's not really been used in many of the tournaments, but we actually got this from the NBA, and we tried to implement it into our tournament to see what the outcome could be or what people would think about it, you know. So the play-in, how it works is basically 10 teams qualify to the next round. 6 teams are guaranteed a spot. 7 and 8 play each other in one game. 9 and 10 play each other in one game. The winner of 7 and 8 gets the 7th seed, and the loser of 9 and 10 is eliminated. The winner of 9 and 10 will then go against the loser of 7 and 8. So that means 7 and 8 technically has 2 chances. Exactly, there you go. Whoever wins that game eventually takes the 8th seed, and then we start the original playoff game, which is 1 against 8, 2 against 7, and so on and so on and so forth. Correct. Absolutely, yep, there you go. Exactly. 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 Agreed. Agreed. Exactly. Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely. Exactly. Correct. Exactly. Take that experience. Exactly. You know. Exactly. Yeah. I'm sure. Yep.
The rules are safe. However, every tournament there is 1 or 2 rules that are specific to the local tournament, and I understand we have that too. So care to share what those are?
Yeah, so we added a new rule called the overtime rule. And basically what that means is at the end of the game will no longer be decided by who has serve if the score is tied. If the score is tied, no matter who has served, 1 additional minute will come back onto the clock. And that will be an overtime period. In that period, the game will continue as normal. And at the end of that, if it's tied again, there will be 1 more additional overtime period, again 1 minute. Then after that, if the score is still tied, then we go to 1 sudden death point. So, for example, end of regulation, score is 12-all. I serve. It doesn't matter that I have served. We go to that extra overtime, 1 minute. At the end of that extra overtime, the game still continues from 12-all. I just want to clarify that. It's not going to be like a restart of a game. It's a normal game. It's just 1 minute back on the clock. So the game will continue, and after that 1 minute, it's now 14-all. We have to play that second minute. In that minute, though, however, if it was 12-all at the end of the game, and I took 4 straight service points in 20 seconds, the game still ends at the normal score. So the game is done. It's not like you have to play that full minute. It's just 1 minute comes back on the clock, and the game continues as normal. And that's basically the new rule that we've added for this tournament.
A rule, because many a times we've seen, it comes down to service on hand, right? We were on the short end of that in Stanmore, right? We didn't have the service, the opponents had the service, and we ended up losing. And I think this gives a fair to both the teams that, okay, you have a minute or 2 minutes, whatever, to see who wins. Now, does this rule apply round robin as well as playoffs? First game of the tournament. Perfect. One other thing that I wanted to ask you, so each team that wins in round robin gets 1 point.
Correct.
And then
It is correct head-to-head, right? Yes, it is correct head-to-head. Exactly.
If it's a 3-way tie, then it's going to come down to total points accumulated. So points 4. So not differential, points 4.
So then the advantage to every team finishing the game before the time finishes.
Correct.
That
And
makes
just to add on, I did not explain that much, but the full round robin will be 1 game, game of 16, 15 minutes, and 1 timeout per team. Correct? So I just want to clarify that just to make sure people know if they are listening. And basically,
I really like this overtime rule. I think it's going to make things
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much on this at stake for it to come down to who has served. You know, this is like a guaranteed point winner, and that's why we thought it was something good to add to this tournament. So time will only stop under a minute. Obviously, if there's deliberate time wasting, then that's a matter we'll take care of when the time arises. But otherwise, time only stops under 1 minute, and because overtime is only a 1 minute period, it stops in overtime as well, in between points.
question about our club, you know, Orlando Union. Obviously, we are celebrating the 25th anniversary. And we started this club back in '97 with 16 people, right? Today we have 5 of our own team.
Exactly, yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, I wasn't born when Orlando Union was founded, but you were there. 16 members. Now we're at 100+ members actually, and as you said, yeah, 5 teams. It's unreal, and that's the thing. You know, as being part of chairman, that's always been a big focus, is to keep bringing in youths, because it's something. Volleyball is something where, like before volleyball, I didn't know who Saif.
Yes. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and you are the youngest chairman of the team. So before I let you guys go, Imran, we all know mental health is spreading. Tackle this, and just for the viewers, many a time you go to a tournament, at the back of the t-shirts you see sponsor's name. We don't have that. We have Nasiha in all our t-shirts. Talk about that.
So, you know, one thing is, I said earlier that so much good comes from these tournaments, correct? And as important as it is to showcase the good, as human beings and Muslims, it's equally as important to acknowledge some challenges that arise, because that's the only way that we can grow and become better, you know? So
Yes, and I. Absolutely, I think it's very important. Like I said, I commend you guys for tackling this issue, because sometimes what happens is, you know, we tend to brush aside mental health, but this is very important. And they, you know, for the viewers, Nasia is all over social media. You can check with them as well. Gentlemen, thank you very much. You know, we are about to start all the games, so let the games begin. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. That's as little I can contribute.
You know, you said we can get up to 7 teams, right? if we were to play. If we really wanted to make 17s, we can make 17. I'm waiting for you to join that court. With you, we can make 17s.
You do realize some of us have transitioned to golf,
Exactly.
right?
I know. But maybe we'll see what happens. But we hope to see you on the court again. You know, you always support us during Ramadan, during everything.
It's been my pleasure. Thank you.
And we'd like to thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much. Gentlemen, enjoy the games. We are about to start, and we will be coming back and doing. So hope to see you all soon. Thank you.